What were the main factors in you deciding you wanted to play for this great club?
I think firstly it was obviously the size of the club. You know, when a big powerhouse like Manchester United come into the league, it's sort of difficult to turn that opportunity down. And I knew, you know, the club has waited a few years to start a women's team, so I knew they were going to do things properly and really go for it. So I think that was obviously a massive factor.
It's amazing. When I first left at 17, there was talk of having a women's team back then, and as years went on I thought, oh, the chances are becoming increasingly unlikely, but now I'm back, it feels amazing.
It's the biggest club in the world. I don't think there really needs any kind of second thought as to why join Man United. It's an incredible opportunity. I think most female footballers around, if they got given the opportunity to sign for Manchester United, would bite your hand off, and we're really excited to get going, and there's 21 of us, and we're privileged to be the kind of the chosen few to start the journey, and I'm sure there'll be many more along the way.
To be fair, I think for me the biggest one was Casey. I think she has unbelievable experience in the women's game. I've played with her fortunately at both club and country level, and you know, the amount I learned off her in that time was unbelievable, and you know, for her to be my manager now, I think that's very exciting.
The chance to play under Casey also played a huge part. I played with Casey before at Lincoln and at Liverpool last season, and yeah, I've always sort of looked up to Casey as a role model, being a centre half myself. She's always been someone that I've sort of admired, and I feel like when I've played next to her I've probably become a better player because of it, and I thought the chance to play under Casey would just be massive for me, yeah.
As soon as I knew Casey had it, and even Willie with the number 2, they're two great people, and two people who I feel can really develop my game.
I've got the utmost respect for Casey. She's had a fantastic career, and she's also a fantastic coach, so I'm really excited to work with her this season, and undoubtedly she's going to be a fantastic manager.
And how did you feel then when you did hear that Manchester United were going to start a women's team?
It was crazy. My dad called me. He was like, I was over in Italy at the time, so I wasn't as up to date as people over here, but he was like, Katie, it's happening, like they've pulled everything together, and they're going to be competing this year.
I think before it was always kind of like, you could always say I want to play for Manchester United, but as a young girl you kind of knew that potentially you couldn't. So I think now it opens so many more pathways for so many young girls across the world, across England, to say I want to go out there and I want to play for Manchester United, and just go out there and enjoy what you're doing and take every opportunity you get, and ultimately if you're having fun and you're playing football, then that's what you want.
You know, the girls are buzzing. I think it's such a fantastic thing to be a part of. Like you said, we're creating history as we speak, and you know, to be a part of that is exciting, and the future is just so bright for me and the team.
When I found out the rumours were true and that Casey was going to be the head coach, I was really excited. I think that was my overwhelming emotion really, and you know, I'm excited to get started now. We've had a couple of days in pre-season training already, and I can't wait to see where this club goes.
You've been named captain, right? So how big an honour is that? The first Man United women's team, not only are you playing in it, you're going to lead the side out.
It's an honour, I think. It really is. I'm so proud to be captain of this team, and what a talented team I can say I captain. And when Casey told me, you know, I got quite emotional about it, but I'm so ready for this challenge. I think, like you said, you know, maybe dropping down the league, people might think that it's going backwards. It's nothing but forwards for me to lead Manchester United into what could be greatness is an honour. I'm
not here for a season. I want to be here, you know, for a few years, and I want to make a difference. And I feel like this year was always going to be a big year for me. I've been, you know, injured a couple of times the last couple of years, so I really needed a big year under my belt, and I felt like this was the club that was going to get me to where I wanted to be.
And you mentioned you were in Italy, you were with Juventus there. You won the league in your one season there, which must have been an unbelievable experience.
Yeah, Juventus was an incredible club and an incredible experience all round, to be honest. There's many differences and many similarities, and things that I learned over there that I could probably never learn over here. So for me to go there for a year just made me a better player and a better person. Obviously we won the league over there, so we qualified for the Champions League, and that was one of my aims. I want to be playing in the Champions League, so to step away from that was quite difficult, but I wouldn't have done it if I didn't think it was right, and so far so good. Here seems perfect.
I think we've already established that it's quite a young squad, and there's few of them that are a lot younger than me, but I'll go with experience as opposed to older than them. But no, it's so important for myself and a few of the other older players to take that responsibility and to kind of give them a bit of guidance along the way, and to drive standards as well, and to make sure that everything's done in a professional way and that we can get success as early as possible. Firstly, it's about winning, because Manchester United are a team that want to win and need to win and expect to win, and the women's team are no different to that. We want to win the league, we want to be successful, but also we want to kind of build a legacy and build a history for the women's team, and to kind of inspire young girls to grow up dreaming of playing for Manchester United, and I think that's a really important project for us to take on board as players as well.
Describe yourself as a player then.
I think I'm a young, mature player, if that makes sense. You know, I am still young, but I am mature. I've got a lot of experience. I'm honest. I work hard. I'll forgive and I'll always work hard. And you know, I back myself in technical ability, and yeah, I just think I'm confident. I'm confident in myself, and I know what I can bring to the game.
Well, I've been described as a defender that enjoys defending, which I find quite strange, because I think, you know, I'm quite an old school defender, I guess. I grew up more excited about, you know, defending, clearances, big headers. You know, I was just excited about that than as much as goals and shots on target and stuff. So I do enjoy defending. You know, I think my game more recently, I've sort of matured into, you know, a bit of an analyser of the game. I like to read the game, and I feel like I make good decisions at the right time. So, but yeah.
Loud. My backline will probably agree with that. Loud. I like to think I'm a good communicator and distributor, and I think I use my experience quite well to manage games as well, which can perhaps often frustrate the opposition, but it's an important part of the game.
I'd like to think I'm quite creative and have good vision. Yeah, a more technical player.
And what are your goals then for the season ahead?
I want to have a big impact in the team. Like, I want to contribute, and as a team I want to win the league. I think that's the most important thing.
Many goals, personal goals. I have many personal goals, you know, to achieve things I haven't achieved yet. I am going to put the armband on, so that brings another goal. Consistency with goals, more goals, but you know, for the team, I think ultimately it's to go back to WSL 1. That is the first and foremost, that is the goal. And then we'll take it from there, and I think it's going to be quite exciting.
Firstly, I want to win the league. I think that's everyone's goal, and it's really important that we go out there and start the season well and go out there and win the league. I think for us as well, cup competitions are a fantastic opportunity to test ourselves against WSL 1 teams and test ourselves against the best teams in the country, and that's really important. And for me, England-wise, it's a World Cup year, and that's where I want to be.
I think promotion is probably our main goal as a team, but I suppose short term, you know, we want to come together as quickly as possible and get that unity going. And I can already tell the feelings are there, and everybody's on the same page, and there's some great characters that we've got inside, and you know, I think once we're all gelled together and you know, we're playing nice, attractive football, I think everything else will come.
I can tell you just want to get started straight away.
I am itching to get started, to be honest.